Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. Thanks for being part of all three families, Evolutionary Energy Arts, EEARTS, and Heart's Home. And I just wanted to do a quickie on this. This person's basically calling it a Metapod UFO. So a hang glider in Garden Ridge, Texas, captures something. Let's look at this a little bit bigger if we can. That's curious. Super curious. Look at that. Is it Iron Man?
Well, I don't know for sure.
Very curious. And what a view you have from up there on the hang glider. It just buzzes and goes on by, and they're just watching it. So I just wanted to show this to you guys. Get your impressions, feel into this. You know, this doesn't feel super high tech. But again, in the time that we're in now, and when we're done with the whole war scenario, what they're going to start doing is reeling out all sorts of technology. So somebody has a snapshot here. And yeah, I mean, is that somebody? Is that a helmet? Is this some sort of backpack? You know, there doesn't appear to be any sort of emissions. Now, you know, when you play it, all you hear is the drone of the hang glider. It's very, very loud and buzzy. This is curious. I mean, is that his feet hanging? And it would be kind of like if you were sitting in something a little bit, your feet might dangle like that. And is he all suited up? Or she? Or it? Look, this almost looks like there's some sort of outer lining and an inner lining. I mean, it's super curious. Don't you guys think this is kind of odd and weird?
I do. I think it's a little odd and a little weird, but as far as the things we have coming in our future, I think it's probably going to become quite common.
Well, yeah, because, you know, again, when you look back to the myths around the world and you look back to the Vedic texts, again, they clearly talk about this. I mean, it was nothing to look up in the sky, see something going overhead, and then just, you know, saying, oh, okay, that's a Rakshasa ship. Yeah, no biggie. We know who they are. They're not nice. Let's ignore them now. You know, we don't want them looking and coming down and trying to take any of our stuff or any of our people. You know, it's a different age that we've been in. We've been in a completely dark age. And yeah, I mean, we've been working side by side with extraterrestrials. We've shared with you guys that when we were in the Hattiesburg area, we saw riding right next to us and actually hitting us with radiation because they could tell that our light bodies were turned on and they don't want activated. This is one of the terms we use, activated humans. They don't want activated humans. They want productive little sheeple that will not, you know, cause a problem. This is interesting. You know, again, you can see a shape in there. So somebody in a jetpack, something like that. Now, is it human? Is it not? Is it simply a drone? Because, man, there's all sorts of drones out there. But when we were in Hattiesburg, we saw a TR-3B, and I've seen, gosh, I don't know, a dozen TR-3Bs in my lifetime, at least, probably more. The first one I saw, I think, was 1997, 1998-ish. And that was up in Connecticut. Watched it for 20 minutes go over Long Island Sound, head towards New Haven. I was watching it from around Silver Sands Beach. For anybody that knows that area, Charles Island. And it was clear as day. It was just twilight. a guy, in some type of suit, a girl in some type of suit. Let's look at this one more time. I'll put the sound down. It's annoying, but there you go. Now that appeared to be only kind of like maybe humanish size, not too big.
Looked humanish size, I mean, it's just something we're not exactly sure. It has an underlying simplistic nature to it, which leads me to believe this was something that I feel our guys definitely know about, and somebody human like has put this together. But I don't think the idea is entirely human. I think it was given to us.
Yeah, and when we say that too, we could say Homo sapiens because there's many humanoid beings involved in the shadows, always has been. This was what they called a metapod that was filmed in Spain in 2015. Now this looks like somebody put a seashell up in the air and then started to film it. It was spinning. It was behaving very different. This feels weird to me. I'm not sure if I trust this video, honestly, but it caused quite a stir. And supposedly there's been more sightings of these metapod type things. But when I look at this shape, I immediately started thinking of the Black Knight satellite, although that is a bigger object and that is a little bit sharper angled. It does have an interesting, appearance. And the Black Knight satellite is something we know has been up there for quite a while. NASA says, it's something we probably left up there. It's just space junk. It's something that fell out of, one of the space shuttles on a mission. It's a piece of tinfoil, sure, nothing to see here. Yeah, they've tried to cover it up all they can, but it's literally in a satellite's orbit up there. And there's also another one called the White Knight satellite, and we've done videos on both, on Evolutionary and also on EEARTS. So, again, never a straight answer is always going to be trying to cover up the truth. And even when they acknowledge and even roll out for everybody to see non-terrestrial beings, they're still going to always be distorting the truth. It's just what they do. They're part of the system.
It's part of the system. It's part of their job. They're very well trained in the art of deceit.
Yeah. So, again, NASA captured this image of a mysterious black object orbiting Earth in 1998 during the first space shuttle mission to the ISS. The space agency refers to the strange entity as item STS 088 72466. Yeah, and a catalog of space junk floating in low Earth orbit. Yeah, don't worry, it's just space junk. But Jerry Ross, an astronaut who took part in the mission, says the object is a wayward thermal blanket. It's just a thermal blanket. Wouldn't that thing be just changing shape all the time? Kind of, distorting? That broke loose while his team tried to attach an American module to a Russian module on the ISS. But for a small devout following, it's a 13,000-year-old artificially made satellite known as the Black Knight satellite. So is it, something that was left there by, let's say the Anunnaki, perhaps the Draco? Was it something put up there by maybe Atlanteans or somebody else coming and going? Again, Atlantis, we have gotten was, as you look at Tesla there, a civilization where, again, it was known that there was extraterrestrial beings coming and going all the time.
Mm-hmm. It was just no big deal. It was something that occurred daily. And so people were not, taken back. They were not in shock. So, and then I'm looking at this stuff with Tesla. This stuff absolutely fascinates me because he was definitely a channel. He was like a contactee. They downloaded so much information in him, through him, and he channeled it very well, to come up with all of these different things and different patterns. He was so decisive when they gave him something. He was incredible.
Yeah, and when we talk about channeling and like Cindy being a great channeler, there's more than one way to channel. And so, again, when you look at Tesla, one of the things, again, that he did so well was channel from other entities all these ideas. And then you could look to Beethoven and Mozart. Those guys were channelers too. And they might be channeling from their higher selves, per se, but their crown chakras are wide open, and this great energy is flowing in, this creative energy that is giving us, beautiful works of music, and here, amazing technology. So again, those things are channeling as well.
Mm-hmm. It's really amazing, and unfortunately, seems like our bodies, we've been given so much yuck and garbage. I don't see that level of channeling any longer, but that's what they've been doing. They've been working really hard on shutting our pineal glands off.
So the story of the Black Knight here begins with Tesla, who said that he had received radio signals from space during his 1899 radio experiments in Colorado Springs. Martians, he believed, were attempting to communicate with humans through numbers, since it's a universal language. That would make sense. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And also, when we talk about Mars, it is still occupied under the surface by reptilians and humans that are still mining Mars, just like Earth is being mined right now. Again, this is part of that draconian Anunnakian AI empire out there. It is very much akin to Star Wars, the Empire of the Sith. Yeah, again, our theater, our movies, our stories, our books, our legends, there is a basis and truth for all this. So in February 1901, Collier's Weekly, Tesla recounted his experience. The changes I noted were taking place periodically with such a clear suggestion of number and order. They were not traceable to any known cause then known to me. The feeling is consistent. The feeling is constantly growing on me that I've been the first to hear the greeting of one planet to another. Do you think this genius would have been an error? Oh, don't worry. Yeah, he was just hearing nothing. Maybe those were, emissions from stars. There was something naturally occurring out in space. No, this was a brilliant mind, one of the most brilliant ones that we've had in our time. He knew, of course. They want to cover it up because, again, the control system is ultimately controlled by non-humans. Yes, I know. The very thought of that can make you just pass out in fear.
Look at this guy. The drama. Oh, the pain. Oh, the yucky feelings of... It's got to be like nails across a chalkboard, really.
So I just wanted to share that with you guys, get your opinion, your thoughts. As always, thanks for your support on Ko-Fi and Patreon. Much love, God bless, and namaste.
Namaste.